Big and small, urban, rural, or coastal, French cities have a patina of thousands of years of history and that indescribable French charm that makes them such a delight to visit. Greeks and Romans established many of the cities, and their location in the center of Europe made them a valuable target many armies fought over, and all left their marks. They are full of ancient castles, spectacular cathedrals, and magnificent palaces and surrounded by breathtaking natural beauty. Paris. Everyone knows Paris, even if they have never been in it. Everyone knows the tall spire of the Eiffel Tower, the broad avenue of the Champs-Élysées with majestic Arc de Triomphe at its end, the enchanting Notre Dame Cathedral, elegant bridges across the Seine, lovely sidewalk cafes, and priceless art treasures of the Louvre. You can see all the iconic sights of Paris known from hundreds of movies and immortalized by poets, painters, sculptors, and writers. Ancient and modern, Paris is a dense network of diverse neighborhoods with distinct character, history, colors, and aromas, with the never-ending buzz of life, always changing but always enormously charming. You can live in Paris your whole life and not see all the City of Light has to offer, but visiting it is an unforgettable adventure. Saint-Tropez. Once a peaceful fishing village on the Mediterranean, Saint-Tropez needed Brigitte Bardot to transform it into a hot jet-setter's playground when she came in 1956 to film And God Created Woman. Celebrities come to be seen, tourists come to see the celebrities, the million-dollar yachts show off in the marina, and the village is bustling with crowds and buzzing with excitement. In the winter when tourists are gone, Saint-Tropez reverts to its real nature, and you can stroll peacefully through its charming narrow cobblestone streets, watch fishermen bring in the catch, and enjoy watching old men playing pétanque, and you will understand why this quintessential French coastal village inspired greats such as de Maupassant. Versailles. Located only about 22 kilometers from Paris in the quiet Parisian suburbs of Versailles, Versailles is the most glorious of all the French palaces and chateaux. The Baroque chateau was built in the mid-17th century by King Louis XIV and was the home of French kings until the French Revolution. With time, various kings added to the splendor of Versailles, with additions such as the pink marble beauty of Trianon, Marie Antoinette's estate, spectacular fountains, miles of formal gardens, and much more. A visit to Versailles is as delightful as it is overwhelming. Versailles acquired a new role in the 19th century as the Museum of the History of France, and many royal apartments and lavishly decorated rooms were converted to house collections of artifacts that cover the country's history until the early 20th century. Antibes. A jewel of the French Riviera, Antibes is a lovely resort town between Nice and Cannes on the Mediterranean coast. The old town is surrounded by the remnants of 16th-century ramparts with the fort Car, and it overlooks many ports, from fishing and cargo to luxury yachts Marina Port Vauban. On one side of the town is the woody peninsula of Cap d'Antibes where the old trees hide many luxury villas of rich and famous Europeans who started coming to the lovely Antibes since the 18th century. With 48 beaches and 16 miles of scenic Mediterranean coastline, Antibes is packed with tourists in the summer who are attracted not only by the wide, sandy beaches but also by thriving nightlife, great restaurants, and endless festivals. Cannes. World famous for its film festival, Cannes is a luxury resort town on the French Riviera overlooking the blue Mediterranean and lined by sandy beaches. The town is known as the playground for the rich and famous, and there is usually a parade of expensive cars cruising along the Boulevard de la Croisette, which curves along the coast. It is lined on one side with beaches covered body to body with lounge chairs and umbrellas and on another with expensive boutiques and chic, palatial hotels. It is glitzy, expensive, showy, and very beautiful with a colorful lively harbor full of luxury yachts, while the charming old quarter of Le Sacquet is perfect for strolling around and soaking up the city's history. La Turbie. Located about 23 kilometers from Nice on the border with the Principality of Monaco high up in the Alps at 1,150 meters and hanging over the Mediterranean, La Turbie looks like it is floating in the sky with the gigantic 35-meter-high Tropez Auguste dominating the landscape. Built 2,000 years ago by the Romans, The magnificent monument is the town's pride, so start your exploring there before strolling through charming cobblestone streets with ancient stone houses with flowers dripping from every window. You will pass under vaulted passageways, sit at cool little stone fountains, admire old jumbled windows, and take a photo of the enormous ornate fountain and beautiful Baroque church with an interesting square bell tower and varnished tiles on the roof. Take one of many narrow paths up the hill through beautiful local parks and enjoy the magnificent views that stretch for miles. On a clear day, you can see all the way to Corsica.